Well, welcome back to Bear's Rod Shop. This is Saturday, October the 10th, and we're going to move on to part 7. Now we're getting ready and preparing the frames for the burlap, also which gets covered to strengthen that burlap with jute. This is 20-ounce jute, about 3/8 thick. These the cars used to have wires run through the jute that strengthened as they laid across the top of the springs. And the ones that came in the car were too rusty. The burlap was destroyed. So on with new burlap. First thing we're going to do, so we can zoom in here and get you focused down, is this burlap is already pre-hemmed. And this side here is already pre-hemmed. And to get this without doing a bunch of waste, we don't want to waste. We want to teach the DIYers not to waste material. So we're going to lam this together. Right here, I've already made my mark in 2.5 inches. And I'll lister this with glue. Let's tip this down a hair more. We'll be listering this with glue and this with glue. And we use a high temp Luan glue, and the compressor is going to kick on as we do this. I apologize for that. Let's zoom back out here and get started. You'll see here that I took a scrap piece of good vinyl and I joined these two together. We want this is going to be hidden, but we want this to be one solid piece. We don't want it separating the pin or gluing, because then it would make bulk. So we've laid out. Let's flip this over. Let's get started, and apologize, like I say, for the noise on the compressor. Now, I don't want to glue on this table, so I'm going to bring this one over, and I'm going to shoot 2.5 inches inside here. Mark under so you know where to go with your glue. This will get sewn. Now then, we're going to take this real carefully. This is really fast drying. Get your mark. Put her down. And there she's bonded together. Now this makes one solid piece. I'll come in here. It absolutely doesn't need sewn, but you can sew it if you like to. I don't. I like to not leave any threads on the bottom. We want this seat, when it's looking upside down, somebody takes it out later on and says, man, this car looks brand new from the factory. All right, we're going to take this over and come down here. We know we're stationary just fine on it. And we're going to lay halfway back. We'll do 1/2 at a time. We're going to use this as a little weight. Well, we're not going to use that as a weight. Let me get a weight here real quick, because I don't like gluing my fingers. And we're going to be hogging out here, so that'll be fine there. These the clamps come in really handy. Now let's go ahead and glue this one. I'm going to be gluing from here to here. Let's get that jute glued. Don't want to overglue this. It will bleed through. We're just trying to make it one piece. I'm not going to glue that vinyl. I'm going to skip over that vinyl. Hope y'all can see this all right. Again, apologize for the air compressor. We'll move up here. turn that noisy thing off. Now, we're going to make sure that we push all the wrinkles out of the burlap. And now she's bonded. We'll follow this step all the way through. Now all you have to do is come back here to your glue and glue this side. Open up that fan a little bit on that gun. We just want enough glue to hold this in place. Alright, let's lay this one in. You can, on those older beats like that, you can really get a nice spray pattern using for a glue gun. And if you don't have a way to put your glue down, you're trying to brush it on there, glue does not like brushing. So here we've got one solid panel now. Let's turn this around. We got one solid panel. This is going right onto this frame. Took time before the video, of course, to lay out and get the cuts. Get her over here. You want to be down in here. The reason for these tails being longer, I like to fold over and use that as a hog. And then you don't see any jagged edge. And same thing with this down here.